review. Let's start. Thursday, Steelers versus the Titans. This one we took Steelers. All the lines ended up being messed up. We saw that in the preview video. I pointed it out a couple times, so I don't even want to worry about the lines, but we picked the Steelers to win this one. They did, 20-16. Felt like an easy pick. The Titans, they're not great. They're not great other than Derrick Henry. They didn't trade him at the deadline. Clearly they want him long term. Will Levis, crazy in his first career start. Threw a ton of touchdowns to Hopkins. We figured that wasn't going to happen again. Especially Steelers D. They're solid. And the offense is like slowly putting it together. They're figuring some stuff out, so we figured the Steelers will be able to pull this one out. And they're 5-3 now. They're 5-3. This is a solid Thursday night win. At home. Titans, they're in a tough spot. Probably should have moved some guys at the deadline. They're 3-5, but Will Levis, not too good in this one. Not as good in this one for sure. Pickett was okay. He's just the sophomore slump. It's a sophomore slump. It's okay. But good game from Diontae Johnson. Got in the end zone. Jaylen Warren, pretty good game running. Same with Najee Harris. 166 rushing yards combined for the Steelers. So Derrick Henry got in the end zone. Levis, no TDs, 1 pick. So tough day for him, especially since they were winning. They had the lead. They were in position to win going into the fourth. They were good. But yeah, taking a look at it, Steelers. Najee got in first. Titans field goal. Derrick Henry runs one in, 10-7. Steelers tie it up. Titans field goal, 13-10 at the half. Steelers field goal, Titans field goal, 16-13 going into it. And then, 4 minutes left. Nice 92-yard drive. Diontae Johnson finishes it off well for him. But, yeah, it's tough. That Will Levis pick at the end of the game. Trying to drive, you got one more chance to get the dub, and your rookie QB throws it away pretty much. That's tough. But unfortunately, part of the process with the rookies. But going into Sunday, we have the 9:30 game, the Germany game. This was a pretty hyped up matchup. Dolphins Chiefs. I mean, why wouldn't we be hyped about that one? That's a pretty good matchup. A couple of high-powered offenses. Chiefs defense is good. Dolphins defense has been up and down, but got some of their guys back, especially in the secondary. Just having Ramsey and Xavier Howard back is huge. But this was a weird one. I picked the Dolphins, and then like I said in the last video, I'm like, oh man, why did everyone was picking the Dolphins. So I was like, no, this is just like the Dolphins-Eagles game where everyone picks the Dolphins to win. Now they're going to lose. But Steelers, they strike first. Rashee Rice, touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, touchdown. Then they get the Tyreek fumble return for a touchdown. 21-0 at halftime. And then the Chiefs, they do this thing where they just start chilling, especially on offense. I mean, you take away the fumble. This is, I gotta point this out because I did it the first week. The Lions had the pick 6 against the Chiefs to win by 7. And I was like, well, the Lions, they needed a lucky play to get the dub, and they needed Kadarius Toney to drop it. A bunch of drops in that one. Same thing in this one. You got the Dolphins. Offense just couldn't do anything in the first half, which is not normal for them. Chiefs defense is good. Y'all give them that, but then to have Tyreek Hill fumble, and then that thing just not even just the fumble, the fact that it just gets run back on the same play. That's an unlucky play. That's an unlucky play. It happens, obviously, but the Chiefs, only win in this one by a touchdown. Not a great. It doesn't prove anything for them. this game proved nothing for either team. In my opinion, I don't know. It's not like it even matters anyways. But yeah, Mahomes 185, 2 touchdowns, but he put in work, but they slow down in the second half. It's so weird. Maybe it's just halftime adjustments. Who knows? But Tua 193, 1 touchdown. Not his best day for sure, but we can credit the Chiefs defense on that one. But yeah, Raheem Mostert ran one in. Jerick McKinnon, like I said, Cedric Wilson caught one. He had that one 30-yard touchdown. Rashee Rice didn't do much, but did get in the end zone. So, yeah, I was hoping for high scoring, but both these teams, they do have solid defenses. Chiefs especially, Dolphins can be solid at times, but could have been a better game. But it was good. I thought it was pretty good. But like I said, I picked the Dolphins. They lost. They're 6-3. Chiefs, they go to 7-2. Great win for them. It's going to be huge because those two teams and maybe one or two others, they're going to be trying to get that top spot, trying to get that first playoff bye. So big one for them, for sure. But up next is the Vikings-Falcons. This one, I'm so mad because I picked the Falcons. All right. But then last video, I actually said that I picked the Vikings, and because the thing is, when the game is on, I was thinking I picked the Vikings, and I was like, yeah, that was a good pick. Like, it was a close game, so I didn't know who was gonna pull it out. And then when the Vikings did, I was like, whew, good pick. But I didn't pick them. I did not pick them. Yeah, I picked the Falcons, which, it doesn't surprise me. I got it wrong. It's okay. Like, it's not a big deal. But I think the Jaren Hall thing, I had no faith in him, the rookie. But maybe if Dobbs was like the original starter, even then, it's like the guy just got there. So it's just very weird game. Like, I get why I picked the Falcons, but it was just funny because as I was watching the game, I had faith in the Vikings. I was like, come on, Vikings, let's go. I need to get my picks right for the videos, but I did not pick them. I picked the Falcons, so that one's a loss. So we're 1 for 3 so far on these picks, but yeah, crazy game. Jaren Hall injured, concussion. Josh Dobbs has to come in. He just got there a week ago, but yeah, it was close from the start. 2 field goals first quarter. There's an early safety. Field goal. Madison touchdown. Field goal. Jonnu Smith, that 60-yard touchdown screen pass from Taylor Heineke. That was hilarious. Josh Dobbs runs one in. Field goal. Algier. And then Brandon Powell to finish it off. Yeah, Falcons scored with 2 minutes left. There's enough time. That was too much time for Josh Dobbs. Too much time. But, yeah, crazy stuff. He might be able to do something with the Vikings team. It's interesting because, he's been the backup for the Cardinals the whole year. Hasn't played amazing, but I feel like the Vikings are a better team than the Cardinals. So, he might actually be able to do something. He'll at least, I think he'll do better than the Cardinals have been doing for sure. So, but yeah, in terms of stats, let's see what he put up. 158, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Love that. You gotta love that. Heineke wasn't too bad. He threw 1 pick. 268, 1 touchdown. Not terrible, but they couldn't get Bijan going. Bijan didn't do much. Josh Dobbs was the leading rusher. I hate Madison. I thought he was going to be a freak this year. I thought he was going to go off. I drafted him in 2 leagues. He's been disappointing, but he did catch one. All right, I'll give him he did catch one. He caught a touchdown. I'll give him that. But Addison, Hockenson, decent yardage, no touchdowns. But yeah, Jonnu Smith was the leader for the Falcons. You got a team with Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, and Drake London. Although London didn't play, he was injured. But Jonnu Smith is the one showing up. Just funny how it works. But yeah, that's it for that one. Unfortunately, got that pick wrong. But speaking of the Cardinals, they're up next. Cardinals-Browns. This one, not much to say about this one. Pick the Browns. Felt like an easy pick. Browns Great defense. We didn't know what they would do on offense, but Watson actually played. So I guess the shoulder's doing well. But Cardinals, Clayton Tune, they traded away the guy they've been playing all season. 58 yards passing, 2 picks. That's brutal. It's a rookie. This is a tank job. I mean, they honestly should get investigated by this. Like, they traded away their quarterback who's barely keeping them in games to play the rookie, who's even worse. I mean, this is blatant tanking. But that's the thing, the Cardinals are that bad. They are that bad. So they're just leaning into it at this point. They're 1-8. Who gives it? Who cares? Who cares at this point? Might as well get the rookie reps. They get a pick swap for Josh Dobbs. That's the thing. They didn't even get much for him. It was like a pick swap, wasn't it? Didn't they send a 7th and get a 6th one back? I don't know. But yeah, Browns. Deshaun Watson, 219, 2 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt got in the end zone. Murray Cooper, big game, 5 for 139, 1 touchdown. Just a massive game from him. The 1 touchdown was 11 yards. He had a big play too as well, big catch. But yeah, field goal, Cooper touchdown, field goal, and Njoku touchdown, Kareem touchdown, and 27-0 was all she wrote. Easy one to pick. Even easier game to win for the Browns. But yeah, tough spot for the Cardinals. They're playing for picks. All right, they got that Texans pick. That one's gonna fall a little bit, but they're gonna have theirs. There's gonna be a very high pick for sure. But Packers are ruining their pick. They played well in this one. The Rams. I picked the Rams in this one. I was hoping Stafford would play. He did not. Brett Rippon played. He was terrible. 130 yards, 1 pick. Terrible. Jordan Love, 228, 1 touchdown. Not too bad. Not too bad for him. Aaron Jones, decent day. He got in the end zone. But the Rams are screwed. Especially if Stafford wasn't going to play. They're 3-6 now. They're in a tough spot. Early in the year, they lost to some good teams. I've been giving them a pass, thinking they could turn it around and get to the playoffs. But 3-6, they're in a tough spot. Not over yet, but I mean, this was one. Even without your quarterback, you got to find a way to win. You got to find a way to beat a Packers team that's not very good. And they just couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. Yeah, Packers 3-5, Rams 3-6, 20-3. Pretty much dominated this one. Rams just couldn't get anything going. But yeah, that's tough. But Aaron Jones touchdown, Rams field goal, Packers field goal, Luke Musgrave touchdown, 23. That was it. Didn't take much. They didn't have to do much at all. But nice win for the Packers. Solid for sure. And then, of course, you have this one. I don't know what was up with people picking the Patriots in this one. This seemed like a classic game for them to lose. It's weird, all the years of watching these insane Patriots teams, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. When I would watch those ones, it was always like you're expecting the best thing to happen, and sometimes it wouldn't always happen, but you would expect it, and then when it happened, it would be like, wow, that's just crazy. It's the complete opposite now. The Pats, they'll be in like whatever situation, they'll be down a touchdown and driving at the end of the game, or in this case, they were down 1 field goal. They're driving at the end of the game, and you expect the worst to happen. And yeah, you have Juju Smith-Schuster. He had a great catch a few minutes before. Then same drive, bounces off the hands, pick. And it's just expected. I was just expecting it to happen. But it's just crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 punts in a row for each team leading up to the last possession there. Man, it was funny just because most of the scoring was in the first half. Commanders, they got on the board first, field goal, Brian Robinson touchdown, Hunter Henry touchdown, Ramondre Stevens, 64-yard touchdown. That was crazy. Pats are up at halftime, 14-10, so right away, early in the third, they get a field goal, 17-10. They're in the driver's seat of this game. And I'm just thinking, here we go. Here we go. John Dotson, touchdown, 33-yard touchdown, great drive for the Commanders there. And then they get the field goal late in the third, and then nobody else could do anything at the end of the game. The whole fourth quarter, no touchdowns, no field goals, lots of punting, and then a pick to finish it off. But Pats are 2-7, worst record in the AFC. Just, that's insane. That's crazy. But Commanders are 4-5. They're still being scrappy. Baby Breeze, he shows up every once in a while. That's good for them. But solid win for the Commanders. Up next is Bears Saints. And this one, pick the Saints. Saints got the dub, 24-17. They're now 5-4. Bears are 2-7. Welcome to the Patriots bus on 2-7. But Taysom Hill picked him up in 2 leagues, put him in a tight end. He did not disappoint. He ran the ball. He threw the ball. He caught the ball. He does it all. He's weird, but that guy's a football player. That guy, he really is. He'll do whatever they need. But Pagent wasn't good. 3 picks, 2 touchdowns. But 3 picks. That's tough. Deontay Foreman couldn't get him going like they could the other week. Darnell Mooney, he had the most yards. Olave scored. Juwan Johnson scored. Taysom Hill scored. Taysom Hill did it all. Crazy stuff. But, Pagent had a fumble too, so just rough week for the Bears. Very rough week for them indeed. But hey, they have their pick. They have the Panthers' pick. They're gonna load up. They're gonna get something. They're gonna get some nice pieces for next year. So they're in a decent spot. That's for sure. We get to this next matchup. This one was interesting. It was kind of expected though. You know, we had Seahawks, Ravens. Seahawks, very solid team, very, very solid. Looking like a playoff team again. But they're very similar to the Lions. I think the Lions are better, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but it felt like it was going to be similar to that one where the Ravens just destroyed the Lions. I didn't think they would do the exact same thing, but I felt like they would win fairly easily. Lamar didn't even have to throw a touchdown. Tyler Huntley did. Because they put him in at the end. They were beating him so bad they could just put him in. But yeah, Lamar, not even a crazy day. He just does his thing. And man, this was credit to the defense too. Just insane day for them as well. But yeah, it's Geno, no touchdowns, 1 pick. Yep, coming into this one, he had like 5 picks the last 3 games. Kind of figured he'd throw at least 1 in this one, but Keaton Mitchell had a super long run and a touchdown. Big game for him. Gus Edwards got in twice. He got in twice. Oops. But yeah, so great day running the ball for the Ravens especially. Even Odell with a touchdown. But it's funny because Tyler Huntley threw it to him. It wasn't like it was Lamar. Just funny stuff. I don't know. But yeah, tough one for the Seahawks. That's just brutal. But lots of field goals, lots of running touchdowns, lots of field goals for the Ravens. They're solid. Good defense, solid run game. Incredible playmaker with Lamar. He's looking like a top 5 QB this year instead of top 10, which is where I thought he would land. But yeah, he's been good. Speaking of top QBs, let's get to this Bucs-Texans matchup. This was something. This certainly was back and forth. You got 2 teams that kind of lean. They got some good players, but they kind of live by the sword, die by the sword. Hot and cold QB play. If Baker Mayfield plays well, they usually win. If he doesn't, they lose. Same with the Texans. It's pretty similar. And for Stroud, 470 yards, 5 touchdowns. You want to know why he did it? Because just this week, I dropped him in one league because I needed to pick up somebody else. And I needed to hold on to some of the other guys, so I just dropped him. That's why he went off. I'm cursed this year. I'm cursed. I'm just cursed. But it's crazy. Texans couldn't run the ball. They couldn't run the ball at all, but they were just chucking it through the air. That works out well. But Tampa Bay, they had 2 touchdowns from Rachaad White. Cade Otton actually had 2 touchdowns. Mike Evans, 4 for 87. Chris Godwin, terrible game from him. But, I mean, just looking at the Texans, Noah Brown, 6 catches, 153, 1 touchdown. Dalton Schultz, 10 catches, 130 yards, 1 touchdown. Tank Dell, 6 catches, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nico Collins, 3 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Just absolutely crazy numbers. Crazy. I picked the Bucs in this one. Obviously, they did not pull it out, but they're 3-5 now. Texans are 4-4. Nice win for them for sure. Stroud, all these question marks of him coming in the draft, but we always kind of thought, I don't know, maybe this wasn't said enough early before the year started, but I always thought it was Bryce Young should start off higher up. He should be better at the start. But Stroud maybe has a higher ceiling just because he's a pretty good passer, but a lower floor. So Bryce Young was seen as, the higher up, or maybe not he was going to start off hotter. But maybe Stroud had more upside. But this is crazy. This is just, you can't predict this stuff. What he's done so far has been pretty good. Especially this last game, that's just wild. 475 touchdowns. That's just, that's crazy stuff. It's just, you gotta love football. You just can't predict this stuff. That's just crazy. Maybe you can. All the Stroud lovers, the Stroud supporters, they're eating good. They're eating good lately, for sure. But Colts Panthers, this one wasn't too tough. Figured the Colts, Colts have been okay, especially against bad teams for the most part. They got the win, 27-13. They're now 4-5. Panthers are 1-7. But yeah, just Bryce Young, he ain't ready. But no, he's fine. Rookie year, they don't have the best team. Also don't have a draft pick next year, but 3 picks, that's just brutal. 3 picks, 4 sacks, 173 yards and touchdown, just terrible. Just not good. Gardner Minshew, 127, 1 touchdown. But that was enough. They didn't even run the ball that well. Jonathan Taylor did catch 1. Yeah, I actually forgot about this. The two pick sixes, right? Hold on, let me look at this. Yeah, pick 6. Yeah, 2 pick 6s. Yep. Same guy, Kenny Moore. Oh, man. Crazy stuff. Yeah, so, honestly, it's like I was saying earlier. A turnover for a touchdown, technically a lucky play to have 2 of them happen. If you think about it, without those 2, this game's 13-all. So, really, this one came down to Bryce Young. 2 bad picks, end up touchdowns, and they lose the game because of it. So, not as good as a win as the score might say, but what a day for Kenny Moore, though. 2 pick 6s. That's just wild. That's just crazy. That's awesome. But up next, this one felt like an easy pick. Raiders. They seemed. You gotta see how a team feels after the coach gets fired, after the GM gets fired. The Raiders seem like they felt better about it. And the Giants are not a good team, so didn't seem like it was too tough of a pick to go with the Raiders in this one. But yeah, Raiders, 30-6. Crazy. They're now 4-5. They're in the hunt. They are in the hunt. Giants fall 2-7, but yeah, they just got the early touchdown. Myers scored. Josh Jacobs scored. Field goal. Get to the fourth. Finally, Tommy DeVito. I mean, come on, what were the Giants supposed to do with Tommy DeVito playing? Daniel Jones did come back, just gets injured again. Tough spot for the Giants, but they should have a pretty high draft pick. So, technically, they do have something to look forward to there. but yeah, on to the most exciting 4 o'clock game. It was a good one. I picked the Eagles to pull this one out, and they did. Cowboys had a shot at the end. Just couldn't score. Interesting decision. Didn't spike the ball towards that end there. They didn't spike it. Ended up trying to throw it to the end zone. I guess some people didn't like that, but I thought it was okay. But yeah, it's just ended up with a CD Lamb trying to make a play at the end here, and ended up fumbling it anyways. But that's just tough. That's tough. Kenneth Gainwell got in. Cowboys field goal. Turpin touchdown. Jalen Hurts touchdown. Cowboys field goal. Devontae Smith touchdown. A.J. Brown touchdown. Jalen Tolbert scored then in the fourth. They were there. They were right there. Great game. Really was a good game. But 28-3. Eagles get the dub. They're 8-1 now. Cowboys get to 5-3 with that loss. But they're fine. They should be fine. Should be able to get into the playoffs. But exciting Sunday night game as well. Another close one. 2 very good teams. Bengals are finally getting in their form. Bills have been up and down. It's interesting, they're 5-4 now. When I first did a simulation where I picked games for the whole year, Bills have a tough schedule. Actually ended up having them miss the playoffs. And I don't think that's crazy. It seems like they play a lot of good teams this year. And they're 5-4. Bengals 5-3 after that horrible start, but they're really putting it together. But Irv Smith Jr., touchdown. Josh Allen, touchdown. Joe Mixon, touchdown. Drew Sample, touchdown. So 21-7 at the half. Bills get a field goal early in the third, but not much happening there. Get to the fourth. Bengals field goal. All of a sudden they're up 2 touchdowns. And just late touchdown. 3 minutes left. Diggs finally gets in the end zone. They had a chance. Definitely had a chance. Let's see. I forget the end of the game, but they score. Bengals ended up just running the clock out. Not enough timeouts for the Bills. Well, they had timeouts, but not enough. Just not enough. Then they had the 2-minute warning. They just couldn't get the stop. That happens. But it is what it is. Not the best showing for the Bills, but they'll be okay. I think they'll be just fine. So into Monday night. Tough loss for the Jets. Because the defense did what they normally do, and they shut down the opposing team's elite quarterback. But Eckler got the job done. 2 TDs. Defense helped out a lot. I mean, how many fumbles did they end up with? Crazy stuff. But what did they have? 3 fumbles? Yeah, 3 fumble recoveries. I don't even know. Or 2. 3. Just, it's not going to get it done. One of them was Zach Wilson. He had no picks, but 8 sacks. That's just too many times where he just sits in the pocket, just holds it too long. And, of course, the fumble, Manning was like roasting him. You got to have 2 hands on the ball. Yeah, just not a crazy day for QBs in this one, but he did end up with 263, 33 completions, but rough game for sure, but it's what it is, 27-6, Chargers are 4-4, Jets are 4-4. Oh man, I was down by 20 in the one league, and I have Justin Herbert and Jets defense playing. I lost. Yeah. Yeah. Brutal. That's alright though. But that's gonna be it for this review video. I hope you enjoyed. 9-5 this week on my picks, not too bad.